Air pollution in Delhi and other parts of the country are at a crisis level and directly impacting the health of citizens, with more and more residents suffering from respiratory diseases and other pollution-related health problems. But just what is it that the government is planning to do? Here's a report from the IGI Airport in Delhi, where the air quality level is 259, much above the normal level.
We are at IGI Airport as of now, and according to the air quality index, the air around this area is the most toxic for now. The reading as of now is 259. Now, according to that particular chart, a reading of 259 actually means that prolonged exposure to the air around this particular area can lead to a lot of breathing discomfort. This air quality index was launched a few months ago in April by the centre, when they wanted to be able to allow people to find out not just what the air quality level was, but also the impact, the toxic impact of the air, the kind of air that they are breathing. But what we've been noticing is a lot of talk and no proper implementation as of now. I have with me, आप यहाँ पे टैक्सी स्टैंड के वहाँ पे बैठते हैं, आप रोज बैठते हैं इस एरिया में?
हम यहाँ पे बैठते हैं, देखते हैं बहुत लोग कचरा फड़ा रखा है, कचरे के लिए घर नहीं बनाया है, आदमी बच्चे स्कूल के लिए पढ़ता है, रोज बीमार
कचरा तो फैलाया हुआ है लेकिन यहाँ पे, लेकिन जो प्रदूषण का लेवल है इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में
बहुत आता है, स्माइल बहुत आता है।
लेकिन यहाँ पे किसी को ब्रीदिंग मतलब सांस लेने में कोई प्रॉब्लम हो?
सांस लेने में जो कि सांस नहीं ले पाता है, जो स्माइल के कारण वो सांस नहीं ले पाता है।
हाँ।
ये चक्कर यार 3 टर्मिनल 1 पे यही है बीमारी, वहाँ भी यही है बीमारी, यहाँ भी गांव में भी है। हाँ। अंदर में भी यही देखता हूँ, पूरा स्माइल मारता है, नाक बंद करके जाना पड़ता है हम सबको।
Not just him, but we were talking to a lot of people sitting in taxis, a lot of taxi drivers who've now had to leave because the passengers who were speaking to us, telling us that a lot of their kids have been suffering from pollution-related issues, mostly breathing difficulty. A lot of their young children being affected by respiratory diseases. So that's what's actually happening around this city for now. Maybe it's high time that people start discussing this particular topic, start discussing the level at which particulate matter in the country, in this city, in Delhi particularly, is rising. As of now, it's around 3 to 4 times more than the permissible limit. With camera person Stephen, Shilpa Johnson for NDTV.
All right, let's also go to Sam Daniel, who's in Chennai, to check how the pollution level is there. Sam, you know, most people who are affected are commuters on the roads every day. What are the pollution levels like in Chennai?
Well, Bhairavi, I come to you from Alandur, where the pollution levels at this point remain at 272 and the particulate matter at 2.5 micron. And this is the Alandur, the upcoming Alandur metro station, where till recently we had so much of construction work going on, and even now you see so much of unfinished work left on the pavement here, with lots of open soil, open sand particles leading or adding to the air pollution here. And further down on this road is the Alandur bus station, where lots of people are waiting to board buses there. And Chennai alone accounts for around more than 500 new vehicles added every day, and that again contributes to a lot of air pollution. And this is the main road that connects to the entry point in Chennai to the airport, where you see hundreds of vehicles crossing this point every minute. And joining me now, 2 young ladies, 2 young women, and here is someone who's fully covered, has covered her face. Someone may mistake you for a woman terrorist.
Oh yeah, I hope so, because I'm fighting a battle against terrorism of pollution here. It's too polluted here, and it's causing a lot of problems, like respiratory problems. It's not just in word, but even in reality, it's happening here every day.
You face?
Yes, I did face. I had a respiratory problem last week, and I had to stay indoors for about 7 days. But that can't be happening always, right? So there has to be a check. There has to be a measure to be taken now.
And life for commuters, people living in this area, in the long run could be quite scary in terms of health.
Yeah, it is scary because it causes a lot of respiratory problems, as she said, and also premature death and other heart issues as well.
Right. What should the city administration and people in general like you and me should do to really check air pollution in our city?
When we're talking about the city administration, they can widen the road so there's a free flow of traffic, so there's no congestion there and there's no concentration of pollution. And also the metro rail and everything else will disperse the public into public transport system rather than taking the private cars. Yeah, and there can be more planting of trees and all that. Yeah.
So certainly worry among commuters here, and also asking the city administration to address it at a larger level.
Right, Sam, thanks very much for joining us with that. Of course, that throws up the bigger question of why have we been so slow in adopting cleaner cars. In 2010, we were 5 years behind Europe. Now, we are 10 years behind them. The reason, as King Shu Dang investigates, is an almost criminal cycle of blame between the government, the auto industry and the oil companies.
This is the invisible killer, diesel in Delhi. And this is why. Because India has slowed down in adopting cleaner technology for cars. The Euro 4 emission standard for cars that West adopted in 2005, India adopted in 2010. Europe went for the stringent Euro 6 in 2014. India plans to reach there 10 years later.
It is only when you get Euro 6 that you get controls on both particulates as well as NOx emissions. So what India needs is to make sure that we do the investment at one time instead of doing this incremental game.
And this is how India can benefit if it leapfrogs. Currently, the cleanest diesel cars in India pump out 250 milligrams of the deadly nitrogen oxide per kilometer. If we leapfrog to Euro 6, this will come down by a phenomenal 68% for diesel cars and 25% for petrol cars. Under Euro 6, the particulate matter emissions, on the other hand, will come crashing down by 80%.
When we said bring in Euro 3, Euro 2, Euro 3, leapfrog, oh, it can't be done was the refrain. From the oil companies, the automobile said, we just can't do it. And I remember Justice Kirpal at one stage was on the bench. He said, fantastic, if you can't do it, people will be back on bicycles, it will be good for their health and it will be good for the air. If the health of people needs Euro 6, so be it. Do it or else contempt, then you will suddenly see it's possible.
Data shows that leapfrogging from Euro 4 to Euro 6 emission norms can cut the poisonous emissions from our cars up to 3 times. And guess what? Car manufacturers in India are manufacturing Euro 6 compliant engines, but that is only for European markets. And this is where the blame game starts.
We are also making some arrangements by discussing the automobile industry to go for Euro 6.
Absolutely.
But it will take some time. They have some problems.
But the auto industry simply shifts the blame onto oil companies.
We are not devoid of technologies. That car that has been designed and manufactured for export will only run in those markets. But if you want to run that car in India, that car might most probably fail. The oil companies now have to gear up to supplying 10 ppm fuel.
Majority of our refineries, mostly owned by the Government of India companies, they are rather old. You need $14 billion investment to upgrade these refineries.
Actually, forget Bharat Stage 6. All of India except 13 cities is on Bharat Stage 3 or worse. And it shows in this satellite picture of India's capital enveloped in pollution haze. Bharat Stage 4, what Delhi runs on, will only be implemented countrywide as late as 2017.